Naka-last na lesson natin for math sa quarter 2. So, this is all about graph of polynomial function. So, kailangan lang natin malaman or kailangan naman natin gawin dyan is alamin natin or alam natin kung paano hanapin yung lead coefficient and then yung degree. Pag sinasabi nating degree, yun ang pinakamataas na power ng isang variable, ng isang polynomial. For example, we have this polynomial has a degree of 3 kasi ito yung pinakamataas na power niya. So, yan lang naman yung gina-state niya sa atin. Okay? So, yan yung degree natin. Now, sa graphing polynomial functions, ang kailangan lang natin malaman yung rules niya or kung paano yung basis natin ng graph. Kung paano, ano yung magiging mukha ng graph natin. So, sinasabi nila, if our lead coefficient, let's say it's LC na lang, lead coefficient yan is positive. And then, our degree is even. Ibig sabihin, pag even, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, 2, 4, 6, divisible by 2 sila. Yan. So, even yan. So, ibig sabihin, yung mukha raw ng ating graph ay it goes the graph paano ba sabihin to? The graph goes up. Both of the sides of the graph goes up kasi this is the left side of the graph and this is the right side of the graph. So basically ganyan sila. Or wala namang ganyan, pero this is an example. But kung gusto nyo talagang walang ganyan, ganito siya. Basta nag-go up yung graph natin. Okay? Ayan. But, if our degree, what if our lead coefficient is negative, but our degree is even? Okay? Ibig sabihin, our graph falls down. Okay? Yan. So, hindi natin alam talaga kung ano yung accurate na curve nito or yung position niya. But, pagtandaan lang natin, if our degree is even and our lead coefficient ay negative, ang graph natin ay baba. So, what if naman if ang ating degree ay isang odd number. So, not divisible by 2. So, 3, 9, 11, so that's an odd, diba? And our lead coefficient is, let's say it's positive. So, dito, the graph falls at the left side and rises to the right. Okay? So, pag ganito, sorry, nag-uyog. Pag yung degree natin is odd, but yung ating lead coefficient ay positive, falls siya sa left, goes up siya sa right. And it also applies pag ito naman ay negative, yung LC natin. And baliktad. So, the side of the graph goes up while the light goes down. Okay, so again, this is not accurate. This depends on the points that we have for each polynomial function. But that's basically strategies of graphing polynomial function. So, madali lang yan. The step 1 is we identify the lead coefficient and also the degree. Number 2 is that we're going to find the x-intercept. We're going to find the step 3 for the y-intercept by equating x or changing the x into 0. And then 4, we're going to be identifying the turning points. So, for example, meron tayong pinapabigay sa atin is we should graph this problem. Madali lang muna. So, first, of course, we're going to identify the degree. Let's say D lang yan, which is 2. And our lead coefficient, which is 1. Okay, saan natin makahanap yung lead coefficient? Hindi ito yung lead coefficient, hindi yan. Dito, may invisible 1 yan dyan. Okay? Ay, wait. Oh, okay. Mali. Negative x squared pala yan. So, ito ay negative 1 yung lead coefficient. For example, ang binigay sa atin is ano yung lead coefficient natin dyan? it's 3. And our degree is 4. Basically, the graph goes up pag ganun yung ano natin, di ba? So, dapat ganun kayo kabilis na ma-identify if the graph goes up or it falls, both falls down, both falls up. Both goes up, both falls down, the left side falls down, the right side goes up, etc. So, dito, pagkatapos niya, now that we have identified the degree and the leading coefficient, now we have our basis. So, nakikita natin that our degree is an even number. It's number 2, divisible by 2. And our lead coefficient is -1. So, meaning our graph both our graph rises, or rises? No, our graph both falls, or both the right and left side of our graph falls down. Okay? So, now that we have identified that, we have now finished step 1. Step 2 is that we're going to find the x-intercepts. So, paano natin hahanapin yun? So, ang suggestion ko dyan is always use synthetic division na. Okay? So, synthetic division. Before that pala, we're going to be using, do you remember yung ano natin, yung finding the rational zeros? Yun yung hanapin natin where we're going to be using P or Q, di ba? The factors of P, which is our constant, which is the only number na wala siyang variable, which is here, it's 1, di ba? And the factors of our lead coefficient, which is -1. Okay? So, do you remember that when we are trying to find the rational possible zeros of a polynomial function or a polynomial equation from our last lesson? So, dito, basically, it's positive -1, positive -1, diba? So, yan. And then after that, we're going to iti-test natin to, diba, with using synthetic division. Yun yung sinasabi ko, nagagamit lang tayo ng synthetic division. Okay? Kung saan ay, ito, kukunin natin yung mga coefficient niya, which is -1. Of course, ito ay 2. So, dapat, may missing term tayo dito. So, dapat negative x squared plus 0x plus 1. Always look for missing terms or kapag hindi siya arranged in descending powers. Okay? So, 0 and 1. Okay. So, ngayon, ito, negative and positive 1. So, okay, yung PQ pa pala. Kaya pala. LC or Q. Q to. And PQ is equal to positive -1 over 1 or positive -1. Okay? Yan lang yan. Ngayon na alam na natin yan, yun na nga, isulat na natin or hanapin na natin yung possible rational zero niya using synthetic division, yung solution niya. So, 1 muna. So, 1, 0, 1. So, multiply. So, -1, -1, 0. Okay? So, 1 is, so dito x, 1 is a factor of our equation. Next is -1. Magiging positive 1. -1 ulit, 0. So, -1 din. Yan na. Nahanap na natin yung ating x-intercepts, which is -1 and positive 1. So, tapos na tayo sa step number 2. Now, step number 3 naman tayo is that we're going to find the y-intercept. So, madali lang yung y-intercept natin. Basically, papalitan mo lang ng 0 yung lahat ng x natin. So, ayan. Diba? So, our y is 1. Sulat natin dito. And lastly is that we're going to find the turning points. In order to find the turning points, pag sinasabi natin turning points, yung mga curve sa graph natin. Pag ginraph natin yan, makikita natin yung ilang curve or turning point ng ating mga lines. Okay? So, dito, para mahanap yung turning points, i-minus lang natin sa 1 yung ating degree. Okay, this is the degree. So, magiging 1. So, yan yung turning point natin. O, di ba? Madali lang. Madali yung graphing polynomial function. So, degree. Now, we're going to map it out. Okay, so, 1 na negative. So, dito yung x, dito yung y. Dito ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, positive 1, negative 1, at positive 1 dito. So, since ito, degree natin is 2, and our lead coefficient is negative 1. Ibig sabihin, pababa yung arrows natin. And since our turning point ay isa lang, ay, bakit dito? Turning point. Ayan, turning point natin ay isa lang. Ibig sabihin, kukonect lang natin siya dito. Ayan na yung graph natin. So, that's the graph of our polynomial function, negative x squared plus 1. Sagot naman tayo na mas mahirap na question or na polynomial function dito bago tayo mag-end the video natin. So, alam na naman natin yung basics, diba? Yung ating mga steps. So, first is that we're going to determine the degree, which is dito ay 4, and we're going to determine the lead coefficient, which is positive 1. So, meron na tayong clue agad about paano magmumukha yung graph natin, di ba? So, kung degree natin ay 4 at yung ating lead coefficient ay 1, ibig sabihin our graph goes up. Okay. So, dito, tapos na tayo sa step 1, we're moving on to step 2, which is we're going to find the x-intercepts. So, dito, P, Q. Kung saan yung P natin is this one, yung constant, yung walang variable, which is 18. The factor is of 18. No? And our Q naman, which is the lead coefficient, 1. Okay? Now, hanapin muna natin yung factors ni 18. So, hindi ko na masyadong damihan yung factors niya, pero ito yung factors ni 18. 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 18. So, sorry. I apologize if may kulang. No, pero yan yung mga factors ni 18. So, yan lang yung kailangan natin actually para hanapin yung x-intercepts natin. So, ito naman, of course, positive, negative 1. So, basically, ito na rin yun. Yan na rin yung sagot since kapag in-over natin sila lahat sa 1, magiging ano naman talaga yung sagot nila. The same lang. Okay? Ito, bakit kasi may ganito, may highlight. Ayan. Wala eh. Okay? So, after nyan, of course, the long process or yung pinaka time-consuming na process natin is yung synthetic division. So, start muna tayo sa, siguro try to guess kung saan. Kasi, parang minsan, natatansya natin yan eh, sa mata pa lang or pwede nating matansya agad. So, kung ito ay 1, negative 1, negative 11, 9, 18, anong number ang may possibility na pwedeng makaabot sa 18? So, baka kasi mababa na yung possibility nito, mababa na rin ito, mababa na 4 dito. So, ito mataas pa yung tatlong to. So, pwede tayo mag-start kay siguro, mag-start tayo kay 2, for example. Positive 2, di ba? So, pwede tayo mag-start kay positive 2. So, pagtatansya lang talaga, bakit 2 dito? Ayan, pagtatansya lang talaga yan. Or if gusto mo talagang lahat i-test mo para sure na sure ka. O, diba? So, it's negative 18. So, 2 is a factor of this. So, sulat natin dito. 2. Ngayon, para hindi tayo mapag-ulit-ulit ng process, hindi natin ulit-ulitin yung process na yan, and lalo-lalo na kapag sobrang haba ng mga numbers dito, pwede natin gawin ay kunin natin yung quotient nila. At yan yung gawin natin, alam nyo, diba kung kumuha tayo ng quotient, no? Kung saan ito, yung 1 ay magiging x cube, kung saan ay, it's, yung degree niya, yung degree dapat ng first term is, yung mga degree nila is, 1 less than the degree of the dividend, no? So ito kapag ito ay raised to 4, dapat ito is raised to 3 na. So plus raised to 2 kasi ito raised to 3, 2. And then ito naman is raised to 1 and ito ay wala na. So ayan na yung bago nating quotient or yung bago nating equation na gagamitin for our synthetic division para mas madali. Okay, so ayan, yan na yung panibago. Kung saan ito ay 1, 1, negative 9, negative 9. So, meron na tayong positive 2. Ano pa kaya yung iba? Try natin siguro sa 1. Sige, try natin positive 1. 1 times 1, 1, 2. Ay, bakit? Negative 7. Okay, so 1 is not a factor. So, dito na talaga tayo magtatansya. So, dito na talaga titignan natin lahat. So, si positive 1 hindi siya factor. Baka si negative 1 factor. So, oh, ito. So, negative 1 is a factor. As you can see, di ba? Negative 1, it's a factor. Di ba? So, pagkatapos nito, para mas mapadali pa yung process natin, i-repeat natin yung ginawa natin kanina. So, kukunin natin yung quotient. So, kung kanina is raised to 3, di ba? X cubed. X cubed plus X squared. Ito. X cubed plus X squared plus negative 9, ay, minus negative 9X minus 9. Di ba yan? Kung ito ay X cubed, X squared, kung ito ay X cubed, ito. Ibig sabihin ito sa baba is magiging X squared. Ito naman ay magiging X. Or, so, 0 na kasi ito eh. So, no need na. So, X squared minus 9 na lang tayo. Okay? So, ayan, medyo na-simplify na natin mas lalo. So, naalala nyo pa ba yung na-lesson natin about, anong tawag dun? I forgot pero, di ba meron tayong perfect square trinomial, meron tayong cube root, meron tayong perfect square, meron tayong GCF, diba? So, I forgot the name sa lesson na yun. Pero, eto, either pwede natin gawin is hanapin na lang natin ulit sa synthetic. Kung gusto nyo na mas mahaba pang process po dito, pwede na natin ito ma-factor. Actually. So, ito ay, using perfect square. Diba? Perfect squares to eh. Perfect square. So, x, ito naman ay 3. Diba? Perfect square. This is a perfect square. X times x. X squared. Then, 3 times 3. 9. So, magiging ganito, diba siya? Ayan. So, if di nyo gets, just watch my video. Nagawa rin ako ng video yan recently. So, yan na yung mga factors ng x natin. Nakita na natin. So, ito ay, we have positive 3 and we have negative 3. Paano natin nahanap yon? Equate natin sila sa 0. So, ito ay magiging negative 3, positive 3. Okay? So, ngayon na nahanap na natin yung mga x-intercepts natin, which is positive 2, negative 1, negative 3, and positive 3. Hanapin na natin yung ating y-intercept. Now, let's graph. So, 2, negative 1, negative 3, and positive 3, and 18. Parang magpipaste na lang ako ng example niya sa video. Kasi parang hindi siya kakasya dito. So, let's say dito ay 18 ha. Pagpasensyahan niyo na ako hindi kasya. So, kaya dito 18 sa tip, sa pinakataas. And then, negative 1. We have positive 2. We have negative 3. Meron rin tayong positive 3. Ayan. So, kanina nakita natin na yung ating degree ay 4, so it's an even number, and yung lead coefficient natin ay 1, or a positive number. Ayan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, naka-point up yung ating arrow. So, kailangan natin hanapin yung pinaka-out. Yung naka-out. Hala, oh my gosh, I forgot the turning point. So, sa turning point, minus na natin si degree kay 1. So, 3. Ang turning point natin ay 3. Tandaan niyo yan. Ang turning point natin ay 3. I forgot pala sa step number 4. So, again, reach for, or kung saan mo ilalagay yung arrow dyan, sa pinakadulo na point. So, dito yon. Diba? Ayan. So, we have 3 turning points. So, ibig sabihin, ito, 1, 2, 3. So, ayan yung graph natin. Okay, so much accurate siya kapag tinry nyo siya sa, anong tawag doon? It's like, or magsend lang ako ng link sa inyo para matry nyo doon sa Math Papa sa GC. So,